Hey y'all, welcome to season 14, Married at First Sight, my review reaction to the Matchmaking Special, where we ask ourselves, would you do that? So the question we're asking ourselves today is, would you do that? Would you have put Mark and Lindsay together as a couple? I'm going to tell you right off the bat, my answer is a no. I don't think these two are going to make it. I don't know what you guys think, but drop your opinion down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. But drop your comments down in the comments. Girl, let me tell you something. Excuse my voice. I am getting over having laryngitis. I probably should have waited because I know I sound like a man on this video, but I didn't want to wait too long. I've been waiting for my voice to clear for over a week. I thought I had the Omicron or Marion or whatever you want to call it, but I didn't have that. I just had laryngitis. So excuse my voice. We're going to get through it. So we asking ourselves, would you do that? Would you have put these two together? So first we're gonna look at Mark, okay? Mark the Shark, okay? That's a whack name. That is not a name that's gonna attract women. He's a grown-ass 37-year-old man. Mark the Shark sounds like some kiddo cartoon show. Mark the Shark, Mark the Shark, Mark the Shark. You too old for a name like that. That's not gonna attract no woman to you. That's not sexy, that's not cute. That's not anything. I don't even know why he's hanging on to that. He should let that go. He definitely shouldn't have introduced it to us on national TV. I don't care if his friends call him that or not. We didn't need to know that. That didn't make him more attractive. It made him less attractive. But anyway, we find out he's 37-year-old, like I said, too old to be calling himself Mark the Shark. And he tried out before. So I guess he tried out back when Boston was, Married at First Sight came to Boston years ago with Shanice and Jeffy. So anyway, but they didn't accept him. And what's the trip about it is they showed a clip of why they didn't accept him. And in the clip, he starts going on talking about why I want a woman that doesn't have to wear too much makeup. Wait a minute. You want a woman that doesn't have to wear too much makeup? What are you saying? I mean, it's not like he's like, some model out here or something. I mean, in fact, when I first looked at him, I thought he was a little bit funny looking. I'm not gonna lie. His teeth, this little area up in here, it was kind of like giving me a little bit like Bugs Bunny-ish kind of stuff. So people like that, I really don't understand why when you have average people, they start coming for people and tell people, well, hoping maybe I want you to put on some makeup. Maybe I would meet you and ask you, can you put some foundation on, some contour, something to cover up all of what you're showing me right now? That's crazy. I see why they didn't accept him. Now, all these years later, that's been a while. I don't know, 7 years or so. He still ain't got no woman. So I don't know. First off the bat, I'm not feeling too good about Mark the Shark. But anyway, let's go on. So he's 37. Next thing I find out, he got 3 cats. Okay, I don't want no cat lovers to be all upset and mad at me over this, but I'm really not a cat lover. Really, I'm really more of a dog lover. But it's something about people who own cats. I don't know, am I stereotyping them? They always just seem a little bit like selfish, because cats come off selfish to me. Dogs, they so lovey-dovey, and cats, I don't know, they don't want to be bothered with you. They be scratching you and just, I don't know. And then also, I'm allergic to cats. I mean, I could walk in your house and I don't even see your cat. And I'd be like, you got cats. All that dander and all that, I could just, matter of fact. So I'm not really a cat person, and I never, even before I was married, I really didn't like people who own cats. It was like once I found out the guy was a cat lover, like a cat lover, I was like, oh no, we don't need to go out. You know what's the truth about it? I love dogs too, but this kind of brings up this other thing in dating with people with too many pets while you're out in the dating world. I'm gonna tell you this, I think it really can mess up your dating life, because now what you're looking for, you're not just looking for a person you could gel with. You gotta find a person who not only gels with you, but likes your doggone pet. I don't know why single people get 1, 2, and 3 pets. That kind of shrinks your pool of people who you may be able to get with. Why don't you just, wait until you get into a relationship, and then the two of you go off and, get a pet together or something like that. I don't know. I remember before I was married, there was this guy, I really liked him. He was cute, everything. We went back to his house, and I hear all this barking in the backyard. And I'm like, what's that? He was like, oh, I have, some dogs. I said, oh, I love dogs. He says, oh, you do? You want to go back? So we went back in the backyard. He had 5 Rottweilers. I said, what? That's too many. And these dogs, I was like, these dogs here to protect you. I go, they might jump on me. You might not like what I'm doing. I don't know. It was just too much. I don't know. That means maybe that seems pedo shallow. You know what? Anyway, I'm all off track. Let me get back to Mark. So anyway, let me go back on subject. So next thing to find out about Mark is that he's an only child. Ring-a-ling-a-ling. There we go. Another sign. Cat lover, only child. Let me tell you something. I'm married to an only child. And some of the stereotypes they say about only children, it's true. They don't learn how to get along with others so well because they really weren't forced to growing up so much in the household. They didn't have to share so much. They didn't have to worry about going in the refrigerator and the orange juice being drank up by a brother and sister, right? My husband, he got to have whatever he wanted for dinner, right? Because mama didn't need to please but one child. My mother's like, whatever I cook, all y'all gonna eat it. Everybody ain't getting a separate meal up in here. When I got married to my husband, he thought like I was a short order cook. Like, oh no, we're not doing all that. I don't eat no leftovers, nothing like that. You don't eat no leftovers. What are you talking about? I don't know. Single people who grew up an only child, they don't realize it. Like, in my husband, when he sees me and my sisters and maybe we get a little something going back and forth, he like to try to jump in the middle. I said, leave us alone. We grew up, we brother and sister. I said, we ain't gonna have no problems. This is what we do. This is how we work it out. This is how we do things. I said, you don't ever seen these dynamics? They don't learn how to sometimes solve those type of family problems and things because they really never had to do it. They didn't have no brothers and sisters to do all that stuff with. So when they get in relationships, sometimes they're lacking a little bit of that. So I don't know, Mark the shark. I got a lot of red flags with you. Anyway, go on. We later find out that he goes to 3 gyms. He's a membership of 3 gyms. Why? Why you need to be a member of 3 gyms? What is that about? I don't know. Can someone down in the comments tell me what that's about? Why you need to join so many gyms? Is that about like different gyms, going to meet people? Is that what Mark the Shark is about? You a shark out here in the dating world? You gonna go to all these gyms, find women, hook up with women? I don't know. I see a lot of things here that's making me a little bit nervous about Mark the Shark. It was sad to hear about his mom and his grandma both being in a home care system, which kind of makes me think, wow, so both your grandma and your mom in a home care system, and he kind of said he was the only one taking care of them, and you're an only child. So, wow, he probably doesn't have a lot of family around him, like, really around him. So I could see at 37, he's really ready to settle down, have a family, fall in love, and all these other kinds of things. I just hope that he is ready for it. So anyway, let me go on to figure out who they paired him up with. They paired him up with the Lindsay. Oh, good Lord. I'm telling you, I don't feel good about her either. She's loud. She ain't got a filter either. So now you got 2 people that seem like they don't have a filter on their mouth. That is trouble. When you have 2 people that just say stuff and nobody knows how to hold their tongue, that's explosive in a house. But anyway, so, and the other thing that struck me a little bit about Lindsay, she's not very ladylike. Some of the phrases that she uses to me, they're kind of like a little crass, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if Mark is looking for more of a ladylike person, I don't think he's gonna find that in Lindsay. She didn't strike me as like this sort of real feminine woman, and nothing's wrong with it. I'm not like a real feminine woman all the time, but I mean, that's one thing that I noticed about her. But let me tell you where my really big red flags came with Lindsay. One of the pet peeves I have with single people out here looking for people, and when you ask them what you're looking for, when they start describing things, when it's all about making them happy, right? When they start using phrase like, I want someone to accept me as I am. And I always say, ooh, that means you're not really willing to change. And let me tell you something, you can't be married and not change. I mean, accept you for who you are. I mean, unless you're going to marry Jesus, who says, come as you are. I'm telling you, anybody else is going to say, you know what? I'm going to need you to fix that right there. And you're going to be saying the same thing to them. So when you come in talking about, I don't want anyone accept me as I am, that's a red flag. And one of the things that Lindsay does is she admitted that she was loud. People tell her that she's too much. They always tell her, can you tone it down a little bit? But her response was, Don't tell me I'm too much. You're going to need to accept it. See right there? That's the problem. And that's when I tell people, you know, you can stay exactly who you are. You can stay married to yourself, exactly who you are. But you can't expect that to fly out in the marriage or dating world. You have to learn how to get along with people. And if you rub people the wrong way, you need to be able to adjust to get in. I mean, we do it at work, right? People go to work. People don't show up to work saying, accept me for who I am, however I talk, whatever I do. No, that's society. We have to learn how to get along with different people. So that right there kind of bothered me about Lindsay. And then she would say things like, ooh, forget foreplay. I like chore play. I love a man doing all the chores. So the more I listen to her, it's more about pleasing her, pleasing her, pleasing her, pleasing her. And then when she finally got around to talking about what would she bring to the table and what she could do, she started saying that she was one in a million. One in a million? What? It's basically saying she's so special, she's so great that's what she's bringing to the table. So everybody else got to accept her for who she is. And what she's saying is, she even said, I'm going to be everything the man dreamt of. Girl, you overselling yourself. You writing checks that you can't cash, okay? So I'm getting the perception of her is she's going to have a problem taking criticism, right? She's going to think her stuff don't stink. She's going to think she's all that in the relationship, and she's going to want someone to accept her for as she is. Her feelings, her emotions are going to be number one. It's going to be paramount. So unless she's happy, unless she's satisfied, I think she's going to be a big mess. I think that they're going to have problems. I don't think she's aware of how her personality really is interfering with her finding love out there. So you know what? For these two, I'm giving them a thumbs down. I actually don't think that they're going to make it. And one last thing, at the end, what I thought was really messed up was, I don't know if it was Dr. Pepper or whoever it was, Dr. Pepper. That's her name, right? Dr. Pepper? What? I don't know. I'm tripping. Maybe it's the medication for the cold. But let me tell you, what they said was because Lindsay was a nurse, she'd be good for Mark because Mark's parents, she would understand Mark's parents being sick and all that, and she could help out. What? Who wants to be a nurse all day working long shifts and then come home and be a nurse again? No. Who wants to come home and do exactly what they've been doing at work for 20? That's the exact reason. And I said, I don't know. We have this image of what nurses are, like from the 1950s when they came in a sexy skirt and they were so sweet and demure. But that's not nursing no more. Nurses have a demanding job. They have a lot of responsibilities and it's a lot of stress. Most nurses are not these dainty little women anymore. I said, because if they were, they probably couldn't survive in the workplace as nursing. Look at all the nurses that were Married at First Sight the last couple of seasons. We had Jess, Olivia, we had Jamie from the first season. These women are not dainty women. These women have to be strong. Most of them are outspoken. So I don't know why they're trying to plug this woman to this role of being a caretaker for Mark and his family. That's going to make a perfect fit. A wife because she's a nurse? I don't know. That's just crazy. But the two of them together, right off the bat, I really don't see them making it. I'm going to have to give them a thumbs down. So what do you guys think? Go ahead and vote. Let me know. Do you think Mark and Lindsay were a good match? Would you have done that? And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to drop it down in the comments. I'm trying to grow my subscribers. So help a sister out. Okay? So come back. I'm going to do videos for all the various different couples. So next up, I'm going to do the next couple. So please be sure to watch the next video. All right. See y'all later. Bye.